Foundation.
It's the next
Situation. Àdúrà ọmọ Ọlọ́run jẹ́jẹ́. Ọlọ́ba tí wọ́n sùn. Bàbá sọ fún sọjà ó máa bára lé. Ó máa bára lé. Ẹ̀yin tẹ alájò gẹ́gẹ́ adúwálé. Àjò máa kí n ṣe dé. Some dey hustle, some dey borrow. Sí àjíbò lè dé. Yeah, some dey hustle, some dey hard life, but money no dey, money no dey. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Àti gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, 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 ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Àti gbọ́ ẹyẹ. We need the freedom, freedom. 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 Oh nah. Person wey go school still dey find work. Àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ wọn máa rí wọn. Yeah, wọ́n ta fẹ́ la fèrè. Káwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ kan lè máa jèrè. Káwọn tó tómi lọ́kọ́ ọmọdé là ń pè. Iná àjò lè dàbí ìlú ànẹ́ṣọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jí gìrì. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Àti gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. 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 Àti gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. We need the freedom, freedom. 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 Oh nah. Ọmọ sọ́jà tí ẹmọ ìgbòho ṣá, ẹnì kan lọ bá kọ lọ ṣá, iná jó òkú ló ṣá, ó lọ. Foundation.
It's the next
Situation. Àdúrà ọmọ Ọlọ́run jẹ́jẹ́. Ọlọ́ba tí wọ́n sùn. Bàbá sọ fún sọjà ó máa bára lé. Ó máa bára lé. Ẹ̀yin tẹ wà lájò gẹ́gẹ́ adúwálé. Àjò máa kí n ṣe dé. Some dey hustle, some dey borrow. Sí àjíbò lè dé. Yeah, some dey hustle. Ẹ̀yin tẹ wà lájò gẹ́gẹ́ adúwálé. Àjò máa kí. Some dey hard life, but money no dey, money no dey. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Àti gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, 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 ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Àti gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. We need the freedom, freedom. 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 Oh nah. Person wey go school still dey find work. Àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ wọn máa rí wọn. Yeah, wọ́n ta fẹ́ la fèrè. Káwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ kan lè máa jèrè. Káwọn tó tómi lọ́kọ́ ọmọdé là ń pè. Iná àjò lè dàbí ìlú ànẹ́ṣọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jí gìrì. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Àti gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. 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 Ẹyẹ máa gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. We need the freedom, freedom. 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 Oh nah. Ọmọ sọ́jà tí ẹmọ ìgbòho ṣá, Any color back for your shine. You know, go with your star. Oh no.
Yeah, so you're welcome on my show. Good evening, everybody. For those who are here, for those I'm still expecting, and those who will join later, I welcome you all. Good evening. It's nice seeing you all. It's been a while. I've been very busy. That's why you've not heard from me. Thank God I'm back alive. So we're going to get started. But before we start, just want us to just pray, just a minute prayer, then we get started. Our Father and our God, we thank you for today. We thank you for everything. We thank you for you've seen us through this week. As I'll be proceed with me in the name of Jesus. Speak through me in the name of Jesus. Let people see you in me, oh Lord, in the name of Jesus. Father, I want to thank you. I want to bless you for I know you answered that prayer. Be thou exalted, O Lord, in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name, we have prayed. Amen and amen and amen. So I'm going to get started. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to do this by actually starting with our national anthem. So on my show is a neutral platform. So we discuss anything on this platform. We discuss about Biafra Nation. We discuss about Yoruba Nation. And we discuss current affairs and political affairs going on around the world. And that's what I'll be doing today as well. So being that I'm a Yoruba person, I'll be starting with the Yoruba national anthem, and thereafter Biafra national anthem. Thank you. Just stay tuned as we get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the newly formed Udiriwa Nation.
Ìṣọ̀kan àti òmìnira ni ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ ògbàlódé lọ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀. Ìwọ́n ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. All hail Biafra, land of the rising sun. We love and cherish. We have vanquished all enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious.
trumpets pealing, the glory of God, play it, sing it, all hail the God. Oh, hail be our God. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our precious England, both day and night. Save them always, all hail your God. Lord, star shines everywhere. We pray humility. God guide and protect us all. All humility. Shielding us from fear. Unleash fire and
So thank you all for coming. So we're going to get started. So that's the Yoruba national anthem and Biafra national anthem. That's what you just heard now. So what we will be discussing today. So what I'll be discussing with you today is all about what's been ongoing in Nigeria, the ongoing situation in Nigeria. So that's leadership failure and the ongoing situation in Nigeria, part 6. As you all know, I've hosted parts 1 to 5 on this platform, and I'll be hosting part 6 on this platform. So from my side, I'll be discussing my in the aspect of the educative show, the form of like educative show. So what I will be emphasizing on today will be on what's been ongoing for the past week. We know what's ongoing in Afghanistan. We know what happened in the last week. So I'll be discussing that with you all, and I'm going to analyze all this for you and the consequence, because there is that similarity with that of Nigeria. So as a result, I'm going to discuss all this with you because of the similarity. Nigeria might likely suffer the same fate. So that's why I'm going to discuss all this with you. So what I'm going to start with, being that we'll be discussing Afghanistan, what I'm going to do now is to first of all just explain the incident of Afghanistan. We know all what happened in Afghanistan. We know how the Western world got into Afghanistan. We know how the US got into Afghanistan. So what happened is, let me just give a brief history of what happened and what led the Western world to go into Afghanistan. So it was 9/11 in the US. The US was attacked in 4 locations, including New York, including Pennsylvania, and so on and so forth. US was attacked. So those that actually mounted that attack, they were based in Afghanistan. We call them Al-Qaeda. We all know Bin Laden. So it was hidden in Afghanistan. He actually orchestrated, he planned the attack from Afghanistan. As a result, when the US came under attack, the US was left with no choice but to actually attack Afghanistan. And since then, the US has been stuck in Afghanistan. It's been ongoing, they've been trying to recruit army, trying to recruit police to build the nation, to build a new state, to build a new Afghanistan. But the reason why I'm going to emphasize on this is there is that similarity in Nigeria. What happened in Afghanistan, there is that similarity. So because of that, I'm actually going to actually emphasize on this, and I'll be making my um, analysis based on these things. So, and I urge you to be patient with me. Watch my show as we get started. I think it will be good to actually um, play you a clip to really get started. That's how I want to go about it. Play you this clip. I know you've all watched this clip, and I know you're familiar with it, but it's just to, I think it would be good as a stepping stone to actually start this my program. So bear with me and watch as I play the clip for you, just to show you a bit of what happened in the past week in Afghanistan. It's really shocking what happened in Afghanistan. So bear me a moment as I'm browsing. I'm trying to bring that up for you so that you can actually um, watch what actually transpired in Afghanistan. So I'm just trying to bring up for you what happened in Afghanistan. So my still browsing. So as a result, I just have to like be patient, and so you can all watch the clip of what happened in Afghanistan. Yeah. So it's browsing. Let's give it time, and maybe with time it will actually sort itself. So let's watch and what happened in Afghanistan. It's trying to like sort itself, and let's see what happens. Um, so yeah, it's coming up. Um, just bear me a moment, and let me just bring that up. I'm trying to bring that up. Um, so um, so I'll continue while that is browsing. We also what happened in Afghanistan, how the Taliban took over the country. So what actually happened was that okay, yeah, it's coming up. So what actually happened was that the U.S. pulled out from Afghanistan. So I'm going to speak in English, and I will be speaking a Yoruba. And the reason why I do this is my show is not actually based on just one country. Though I know I'm a Yoruba person, I actually am who doesn't understand Yoruba or who doesn't speak Yoruba to come on my show. As a result, I decided to host my show in, because not everyone understands Yoruba. My show in so so yeah, so it's playing. So see, it's playing itself out. So what happened was why does is browsing? What happened was the US pulled out from Afghanistan this week, and the people of Afghanistan when they went to bed to sleep, they never thought, what happened to them this week will happen. But it happened to them, what they never expected. And this happened as a result of the US pulling out from the country. And as a result, Afghanistan found itself in a state of, and everything that happened after was stories. You see, we saw how Taliban misbehaved in Christians. We saw how people were actually. So let me just leave that. Why that plays so well. How Taliban misbehaved. So, so what of the clip again, and play it again. What actually transpired in what happened in Afghanistan overnight. It was really tragic. Really sad story. It was really tragic, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the clip. I think I was the only person who watched the clip. And I'm going to replay it so that everybody can watch. And where it wouldn't have wanted, and it was caused by the US pulling out of the country. The US pulled out of the country, and that was what led to the chaos in Afghanistan. So, as a result of this, Afghans found themselves in a very difficult situation. Afghanistan found itself in a very difficult situation, and the country plummeted into a state of chaos. We saw how Taliban, people trying to escape from the country, trying to escape from the hands of the Taliban, trying to escape from the Taliban. As a result of that actually led chaos. That led to chaos in Afghanistan. So what I'll be emphasizing on is there is that similarity between Nigeria and Afghanistan. Nigeria, we have to prepare ourselves for what is about to befall us, because Afghanistan is actually similar to what's ongoing in Nigeria. So what will I be discussing today? So what I will be discussing today is how Afghanistan found itself where it is today. What led to the situation? What led to how did the Western community come up with that decision? Why did they withdraw? And where we found ourselves today? Do we find ourselves in a good position? Do we find ourselves in a suitable situation? What's ongoing in Afghanistan? Is it similar to that of what is about to befall us in Nigeria, or what's ongoing in Nigeria? As we all know, so let me just be in the meantime, please let me share that. See what's ongoing in Afghanistan. That was after the US pulled out, the United States pulled out from Afghanistan, and Taliban stepped in and they took over the country within a day. And that was what happened after. So we can see Afghans trying to escape the country because they don't want to be ruled by Taliban, and they don't want to live under Islamic law, um, and they're trying to run from that. So you can see them at the airport trying to escape, and we can see the US actually shooting at the people trying to run for their life, the people trying. And is this how they should be treated? Show you about Afghanistan. That's all. So I'm just going to break this down for you and ourselves in this situation. It's the same scenario. We'll find out soon because I'm going to show that will be concerning. That will make you think twice. They left, and what happened? People trying to run away from, trying to escape the rule of Taliban after the US disappointed them, and that was what we saw what happened. So I'm just going to emphasize on something. The US has been in the US and the Western world. They have been in Afghanistan for over 15 to 20 years, and they gained nothing. And what has been happening there is chaos. They have been recruiting army, recruiting police to build their own security force, but it was actually chaos. So this is where the similarity comes in. So in a situation of Nigeria, for example, Nigeria, Taliban, when they were recruiting their army, recruiting their police, what happened was that they were actually recruiting repented Taliban. They recruited them and actually enrolled them in the army, enrolled them in the police. And what happened afterwards, and they were trained. And what happened afterwards, when the US left this week, we saw what happened. We saw how Afghanistan, the Taliban just went in straight, took over the country, no resistance from the army, no resistance from the police, no resistance from any other security forces. Does it sound familiar? This is exactly what is ongoing in Nigeria as well. Nigeria, you can see the Nigerian army, the Nigerian police force, the Nigerian security force. They are actually recruiting repented Boko Haram, recruiting them, enrolling them in the army, enrolling them in the police, and the same thing is ongoing in Nigeria. So when Nigeria is going to fall, same thing is going to happen. Just exactly what happened in Afghanistan will happen in Nigeria. Same thing will happen, exactly what will happen in Nigeria. And we found ourselves in this situation. There is another thing I would just want to emphasize on. The reason why the Western country, pulled out of Afghanistan, because they've invested so much in Afghanistan. They invested their money. Afghanistan with no resources, no mineral resources, they've invested their money, they've invested their wealth, they've invested their time, they've invested their energy on Afghanistan, and they gained nothing from it. The country still found itself in a state of chaos. So they had no choice. They had to make that choice that, okay, we'll leave you and let you just have your way. Manage yourself, rule yourself the way you like, and that's what we saw. And this is wickedness of the highest order. Wickedness gidi gan lele, I would say. If Taliban had mineral resources, if Taliban had oil, if Taliban had gold, or Taliban had, if Afghanistan had mineral resources, if Afghanistan had gold, if Afghanistan had iron, coal, bitumen, oil, so on and so forth, I know the international community would have stayed there for a long time because of the mineral resources. But after the international community found out that they've actually invested their time, their energy, their money on Afghanistan, and they are actually not benefiting from Afghanistan because Afghanistan no mineral resources, so they can't actually recover the wealth they spent on Afghanistan. So they decided it was time for them to pull out, and they left the people of Afghanistan in a very difficult situation. Ó mà ṣe o, wọ́n fi àwọn Afghan, wọ́n fi wọ́n lẹ̀, wọ́n bára wọn ní situation ara wọn. Ká ṣe pé Afghanistan wọ́n ní mineral resources, tó ní oil, tó ní gold, tí wọ́n ní rubber, tó ní timber, tó ní cotton, tó ní iron, tó ní gbogbo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, epo, gas. Mo mọ̀ pé àwọn international community fi Afghanistan lẹ̀ ní wíìkì yìí, tó já wọn lẹ̀ ní wíìkì yìí, wọn ò ní já wọn lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, because mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n á sì dúró nítorí mineral resources yẹn, because wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn máa benefit from those mineral resources, so wọ́n á dúró síbẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n tó gbé kò sí gbogbo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, àwọn kan pọ́ǹpù wọn, owó tó ń pọ́ǹpù, wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn ò ní gain owó àwọn padà. For after 20 years táwọn ti wà ní Afghanistan, there's nothing to show for it. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn ò ní rí owó àwọn gbà padà. So they said it was time pé okay, Afghanistan ẹ ṣe life yín bó má ṣe wù yín, and they left. Ṣùgbọ́n èmi mọ̀ pé mo nígbàgbọ́ pé ká ṣe pé mineral resources wà ní Afghanistan, nǹkan tí Western world ṣe ní ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí tó dá àwọn Afghan tí wọ́n dá wọn lẹ̀ kó máa ṣe life wọn. Wọ́n lọ sùn, wọn ò mọ̀ pé táwọn bá máa fi jí ní ọjọ́ kejì, ìlú àwọn máa gbà mọ́ àwọn lọ́wọ́. Wọn ò mọ̀ pé Taliban máa gbà mọ́ àwọn lọ́wọ́. Wọn ò mọ̀ pé àwọn máa bára wọn ní situation tó bára wọn. So it's a very difficult position. Wọ́n bára wọn in a very difficult position. So they have to fend for themselves, ó kù sí wọn lọ́wọ́. And which is just wickedness of the highest order. Ẹni tó bed tó lọ sùn, tó bá sọ fún pé ó máa kú, kò ní jí. Á sọ jiyàn. Ṣùgbọ́n Afghan, they went to the bed, to sleep, only for them to wake up and find out that their country was overtaken, was overrun by Taliban, taken over by Taliban. And we saw what Taliban has been doing since then. It's really, really sad. So what I'm trying to do here is to find the similarity of what happened in Afghanistan that could likely happen in Nigeria. And I urge you to share this program, share this as far as you can go, because same episode can befall Nigeria, because this was how Afghanistan started. They actually recruited repented Taliban into the army, into the police, and they built the army and the police using repented Taliban, thinking they have repented, but they've actually not repented. That was why when US pulled out and the Western country pulled out, and Taliban stepped in and took over the country within days, that was why they were not repaired. Because the army and the police themselves are Taliban members. So do you see the similarities? So Nigerian army, Nigerian have been recruiting repented Boko Haram, recruiting them in the army, recruiting them in the police. And that's why it's ongoing in Nigeria as well. So same that befell Taliban might befall Nigeria as well. And the country will be overrun, it will be taken over, and Islamic law will be imposed on Nigeria, just as Islamic law was imposed on Afghanistan, and which is so sad. I'm going to go further. I said something. I said, if Afghanistan had mineral resources, I bet you the Western community wouldn't leave Afghanistan. But because they know they were losing a lot of money and there was no how they would recover their wealth because Afghanistan doesn't have a mineral resources, they decided it was time for them to pull out instead of wasting their money, wasting their time, and wasting their efforts. So, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to play uh, a screen now. I'm going to play a clip for everybody to see to prove my point that anywhere or everywhere the international community or the Western world goes, if they will not benefit, they will not go. That I'm sure of. So they actually went to Afghanistan and they know they are losing and they don't want to lose. So they decided it was time for them to pull out. It's up to Afghanistan to live their life the way they want, and that is it. So I'm going to stop sharing this, and I'm going to play some clip for you to watch to prove my point. You see, to prove my point to you that the international community, yeah, made Africa what uh, it is today. It was as a result of international community. Um, they wanted Africa to be what it is today. So I'm going to share this screen with you. I'm trying to bring this up just to back up my argument that if Afghanistan have had mineral resources, they would have stayed back in Afghanistan. They wouldn't have abandoned Afghanistan just like they did this week. But because they know they were losing and Afghanistan had no mineral resources, and there was no how they would recover the wealth they would be spending on Afghanistan, so they had to lose. They have to just withdraw out of Afghanistan. But in a situation where there are mineral resources, and you will expect that they will not pull out like that. So bear me a second while I share my screen with you, just for you to see what I'm actually trying to uh, get across to you. I'm going to play this clip and you hear what this guy had to say in his clip. What he said about Africa, what he said about mineral resources, and what might actually befall Africa, Nigeria, in the next coming months and years ahead. So bear me a moment, and I'll share this screen with you. I'll play this with you. So I'm trying to bring that up. Okay, so I'm going to play this now. I'm going to play that now and let's hear what this guy had to say about Africa, what he has got to say about Africa, what he has got to say about our mineral resources, what he has got to say about Western world, how the Western world sees Africa. And same thing, I want us to just put out of our mind what might likely befall Nigeria in the next coming weeks ahead, in the next coming months ahead. So
fundamental material producer. We will not allow sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital to the prosperity of everyone. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because we need those raw materials and we need them to achieve. Okay, so that's the message. It doesn't mean to say that there's nothing Africans can do. But this is the opposition that they're fighting. This is what it's about. Because if Africa does do something different, I assure you living standards of all those in Europe, America, and Asia is going to fall. Okay? And that is a big price to pay. I assure you that the West is not going to allow them without a big fight. Okay, so this is what it's fundamentally about. What I want to show you is how these structures are operating. It's just 20 minutes, so we can't do very much, but just to give you a little idea. And why I keep the ideology part there is because we are part of the producers of ideology. At universities and academic institutions, we are complicit in this whole enterprise. Okay, so the job of many Western academics is to convince Africans they have to keep doing what they're doing. Okay? And to show them it's your fault that you're poor. It's not our fault. It's your fault that you're poor. So this is what we do in academic institutions. I want to show that.
Do you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear what this man just said? Did you see his presentation? Did you all see that? Did you see his presentation? Did you hear what the man just said? And this is so daring. It's daring. This is daring to we Africans, daring to Nigeria. This is what is about to befall Nigeria in the next coming weeks and few months. This is what will befall Africa. This is what will befall Nigeria. The guy just said, we need to keep sub-Saharan Africa impoverished. We will not allow them to develop because they have mineral resources, they have everything the world needs to live on. Thus, they will not be allowed to develop, they will not be allowed to live their life. If they try to, the international community will fight it to the last. And that's what they are doing. In the case of Nigeria, take the case of Nigeria as an example. We know the international community, they have been complicit in what is ongoing in Nigeria. The kidnap of Kanu. Okay? About Igbo, his house, how he was attacked, how he was chased out of the country, he ran for his life, and they still went after him in Benin Republic. All this, the international community, they are involved. You can't be preaching human rights in your country and you come to Africa, you are preaching something else. This is a big secret exposed. They will never allow Africa to develop, but you have to fight for yourself. Nobody will fight for you. You can see how the federal government of Nigeria has been misbehaving in the past few weeks and months, and they've been getting away with it. There's no checks and balance. Nobody's challenging them. Do you know why? Because the Western world, the international community, they are complicit. They are actually the ones sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. They are actually the one giving the courage to the Fulani-led government and to the corrupt politicians in Nigeria. Why? Because they have their eyes on our mineral resources. They know Nigeria, they know Africa is full of mineral resources, and they know Nigeria has lots of mineral resources, especially in the south. Most of our resources in Nigeria, they are based in the south. Okay? In the south, in the southeast, and in the southwest. So I'm going to show you some of the mineral resources we have in the south. I'm going to use the southwest as an example. So you bear me a moment. I'm going to share my screen with you again. I'm going to show you the mineral resources we have in the west, in the southwest. Yeah, I'm using the southwest as an example. So I've not included the south and at the southeast with this. So I'm using this as an example. So let's look at this. The mineral resources we have in the southwest include oil. We have oil in Lagos State, we've got oil in Ondo State, and we've got oil in Ogun State. Oil and gas. We've got bitumen, we've got coal, we've got gold, we've got iron, we've got cocoa, we've got coffee, we've got cotton, we've got cola nuts, and we've got oil palm, we've got rubber, timber, feldspar, granite, kaolin, selenite, titanium, coal, dolomite, gypsum, marble, talc, tantalite, cassiterite, columbite, mica, clay, glass, sand, gemstone, limestone, phosphate, dimension stones, tomonite, and aquamarine. So these are the mineral resources we have in the southwest. So you just imagine this. So you give me a good reason why the international community or at the Western world will want Nigeria to disintegrate. Give me a good reason why the international community or the West we want the South to separate, because there's actually nothing in the North. If the South break away from the North will be beggars for the rest of their life, because number one, they are not educated, they are not smart enough to determine their life. All they do is they are parasites. They live on people, they live on state, they live on other people to survive. Without other people, they can never survive. So they are parasites. As soon as you take away what a parasite feed on, they will be dead. Instant. They will be dead. So they are not educated. So they have no brain to sit down, think about how they will build their country. They don't have plan for that. They are not as smart as that. So they rather prefer to live as a parasite on others. So that is the more reason why we say countries like the UK, countries like the US, in particular the UK is behind the whole thing happening in Nigeria. The UK is sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. You can't be preaching human rights in your country and you come to Africa and you're preaching something else. And you are pretending you are the one behind the federal government. You are the one actually causing the chaos in Nigeria. So you can see how this country are heavily involved. You can see how this country, they are complicit. So they know if they come to Nigeria, they will not leave Nigeria on time because of all these mineral resources. You can see why they left Afghanistan. Afghanistan doesn't have all this. But in the case of Nigeria, they will prefer to die in Nigeria because of all these mineral resources. They need all these mineral resources. And that is why we see the agitators calling on the international community to step in. And they are actually They ignored their plea. They pretended as if they don't know what is going on. They pretended as if they don't hear what they are talking about. Why? Because they are actually bent on keeping Nigeria as one, because they are actually bent on, they don't want Nigeria to disintegrate because of their own interests. And what's their own interest? The stealing of our mineral resources. All these Western countries, they're just there to steal our mineral resources. We have some of our oil. Our oil is being processed here in the UK, in Southampton. We have some of these our resources stolen from Africa, stolen from Nigeria without being paid for. All form of atrocity, corruption, ongoing in Nigeria by the so-called Western community, by the so-called Western countries. So definitely the Western community, the Western country, they are heavily involved, especially in the sponsoring of terrorism in Nigeria, because they are desperate to keep Nigeria as one because of the mineral resources. Because if should Nigerian disintegrate, should Nigerian divide, most of these country mineral resources, they're actually concentrated in the south. They are concentrated in the southeast, in the southwest, and in the south-south. So the north is left with nothing. They don't really have much on their own side. As such, they will be affected. So they are ready to trade us. They are ready to make the Fulani actually dominate Nigeria, to make the Fulani oppress us. And this is my message to the Western world and to the Western countries, and including the UN. And this is my message to you all. My message to you all is, you might think you are getting away with what you are doing right now, but you can't do it. It's not going to last forever. Because when the people's power get activated, when people revolt, then you cannot actually keep Nigeria as one. This is a matter of marriage. When you are in a marriage and it's not working, you have the right to leave. You have the right to decide which way you go. And moreover, in the case of Nigeria, we've got our amalgamation of 1914, which there was an agreement that would be together for 100 years. After 100 years, if we think the relationship isn't working, we think the marriage isn't working, we reserve the right to pull out of the marriage. So in this case, should the Biafra or should the Yorubas decide to pull out of this union, they reserve the right to pull out of it. So you can't keep this community together. You can't keep those three people together. The country will eventually disintegrate, and you will have yourself to blame. If you are actually trying to keep Nigeria as one because of the mineral resources, most of these mineral resources are actually situated in the south. Therefore, you can actually build a relationship after the disintegration of Nigeria. You can build a relationship with the people in the southwest, in the south-south, and the southeast to actually maintain your interest. But as things are going, with where the international community have actually conducted themselves, it actually shows that they're actually building enmity between themselves and the people in the south. And that's what the international community and the Western world have actually demonstrated. They are actually the enemy of the south. The people from the south now see the international community, will see the Western world, the UN as their enemy. So I'm also going to show this. And this is what I would like everybody to I'm just going to open this to actually show that what befell Afghanistan might likely befall Nigeria if care is not taken. So I'm going to actually just show this um, this for everybody to read, and we'll see what happened. It's an intelligence from the US that Africa is about to be invaded um, by ISWAP, by terrorist organizations Al Qaeda, Al Qaeda, and Al Qaeda and ISWAP. They are about to invade Africa, and which will definitely destabilize the whole thing, destabilize the continent, and which can actually lead to chaos if care is not taken. So I'm actually urging the people from the south of Nigeria to prepare themselves for this oncoming chaos that is about to befall Africa as a whole, and which can spread to their region. But if you are actually prepared for this, it will be minimal. The risk will be minimal. So I'm actually directing this my message to the people from the south of Nigeria to prepare themselves for this chaos. So as you can see, Taliban, Al Qaeda, ISIS expanding in Africa, UN wants. So you can see this is what would befall Nigeria because Nigeria is their next target. This is what would befall Nigeria if care is not taken, and they have their eyes on South. Actually calling on Southern Nigerians. I'm calling on the people of the South. I'm actually calling on the people of the Southeast from your sleep. Because what happened in Afghanistan is about to happen in Nigeria. Same fate will befall Nigeria because Nigeria claims to have over 400,000 army, and these people, this army, they are now repented Boko Haram. And we shouldn't forget the same thing applies to that of Afghanistan. Their army, their police is full of repented Taliban. So it was actually when American pulled out, it was actually easy for them to take over the country. They actually just swept in and with no resistance, and they took over the country. Same thing will befall Nigeria because Nigeria is their next target. So you can see ISIS, Al Qaeda, they're expanding in Africa, UN ones. So you can see I'm just going to read like 3 paragraphs how here. 2 decades after the September 11 terrorist attack in New York, U.S. terror network Al Qaeda and Islamic State continue to pose a grave threat to peace and security globally, especially in Africa. The top UN counterterrorism expert has said. UN counterterrorism chief Vladimir Voronkov told the Security Council on Thursday at the UN headquarters, New York, that terrorist groups have been adapting to new technologies and moving into some of the world's most fragile region. And which this fragile region are they talking about? You can see here, the so-called Islamic State in Sahara has killed several civilians since the start of 2021 in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. As you can see, Nigeria is sharing a border with Niger. So the group West African province will likely gain from the weakening of Boko Haram with an additional spillover of terrorists and foreign fighters from Libya. Meanwhile, the action of Daesh in Central Africa and especially in the northern Mozambique would have far-reaching implications for peace and security in the region. So you can see that Africa right now is actually inflicted. We are inflicted. Terrorism is everywhere, both in the south of the continent, in the west of the continent, in the east of the continent. We've actually been surrounded by terrorists, and they could take over the continent in a matter of weeks. And then Nigeria is very vulnerable here. So you can see this. Look at this. That's why it's about to befall Nigeria, as Nigerians as repented Boko Haram in their army. The army is not full of repented Boko Haram. So therefore, Nigeria is not in a safe hand. So I urge the people from the south to stop preparing themselves. You know, when you're prepared, uh, you will not be caught unaware. It's when you're not prepared, that's when you'll be caught unaware. So I urge you all, Southerners in Nigeria, to start preparing yourself for this unseen chaos that is about to befall Nigeria. It's only a matter of time, not when. It will happen, just a matter of time. Yeah. So that's that for that. So we just have to be careful what we do now, how we handle ourselves. Never you trust the government, because the government is also contributing to the problem. The government is also sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. We have the international community also sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. As thus, you have your life to yourself. You have to make sure you protect yourself, and you have a right to protect yourself. And I'm also going to play this clip. There's a clip I want to play for you, just to show as proof that Nigeria Nigerian government is actually involved in this involved in the sponsoring of terrorism in Nigeria. They are actively involved. We have our leaders are actively involved and the sponsor of terrorism in Nigeria. So I'm going to bring this up. Bear me time to just pop up this video clip and just hear what this brilliant man had to say about the ongoing crisis in Nigeria, the people that contributed to it, and the people that are behind it. And I'm just going to play that for you now. So bear me a moment and let me just bring that up for you so we can hear the clip together. So bear me a moment and let me share that for you. I'm going to share that. So, so I'm trying to bring that up now so we can hear the clip together. So why that is trying to bring itself up, never you, this is my advice to Southern Nigerians, never you call on the international community, never you trust the international community to help you in this situation. You are on your own. I urge you all to call on God. I urge you to pray and trust in God. God will help you, because the international community, because the Western country, they're actually part of the problem. They are complicit. What they're after is your mineral resources. They don't give a toss about you. They don't care about you if you're alive or not. They don't care if you survive or not. What they care about is your natural resources, your mineral resources, which they want to steal from you. At those, you don't expect them to come to your request. They will rather support the terrorist government than support you. And you have the right to self-determination. You have a right to protect.
So, intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met some of the bandits. Who have repented. They have sat down with us, told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunition, moving logistics, moving rainforests in the south. They're everywhere.
Did you hear that?
They told us.
They're in the south.
When they finish these urban killings, move to fall into the urban cities, going from house to house. By 2022, we want to start a civil war.
Did you hear that? Civil war next year.
I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So don't talk what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authority of some of the commanders of the killers.
You said northern governors, past or present, Mr. Mayor?
Current. I said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. And they're looking for money. In fact, he told me they just came back from.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that revelation? Did you hear that? Did you hear the revelation? Said they are planning a civil war. And that will be next year, 2022. They are already in the south. Southerners. What are you waiting for? Why are you sleeping? Wake up from your slumber. They're about to invade your land. They're about to start a civil war, a declaration of war on you. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You just had that. That's their plan. They'll make you homeless. They'll chase you out from your ancestral home. They'll chase you out from your ancestral land and make the place their land. And they were talking about a particular governor, a current governor. Do you know who that governor is? Who is the head of Boko Haram in Nigeria? This particular governor is El Rufai. As you know, Miyetti Allah, you all voted for Buhari to rule the nation, but Miyetti Allah is currently ruling the nation. Miyetti Allah, under the chairmanship of Sultan of Sokoto, is actually ruling the country. And Malami, they are ruling the country. That's why the country is in a state of chaos. That is why the country is in a state of chaos. Did you hear that revelation? That's Dr. Malaifi. Did you hear that revelation? Did you hear what he said? We better take him serious. And I urge you, Southerners, when you are ready, when you're prepared, you will not be caught unaware. And I urge you all to please pay heed to what he said. Listen to his advice. Take action. You are on your own. The international community will not come to your aid because they are part of the problem. They contributed to the problem. They are part of the people sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria because of the mineral resources they want to steal. They just after your mineral resources. They don't give a toss about you. They don't care about you if you are alive, if you are fine, if you are doing okay, if your human right is violated or not. They don't give a toss about you. If you want to die, go die. You're blacks. What they are after is your mineral resources, as you have seen in the way they've conducted themselves so far, in the way they've behaved so far. They've not even stepped in. They've not done anything. You can see how the federal government of Nigeria has conducted itself so far. Nobody has actually tapped them from the back and tell them what you are doing is totally wrong. The way you've conducted yourself is wrong. No, they're just getting away with whatever they've been doing so far. Look at the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu. He's a British citizen. What did the British government do? They did nothing. They actually supported the Fulani government for kidnapping Nnamdi. So you can see they are complicit. They don't care about you. What they are after is your mineral resources. Therefore, you have to stand for yourself, stand for your rights. Don't let anybody push you around. You know, nobody will help you, nobody will defend you except God. So you have to do this for yourself. You have to do this for yourself. We have to do this for ourselves. Nobody will help us. Nobody will help us. Only God will help us. But if we believe in God and we Southerners, the Biafrans and the Yorubas come together and fight this battle together, we'll win. Because they know that the disintegration of Nigeria is imminent. They know themselves, so they are actually scrambling around and to find a way to stop the disintegration. But I bet you God is greater than them. Who are they before God? When God says yes, who can say no? No, nobody can say no. Anybody who tries to step in the way of the God, in the way of the Lord, anybody who tries to stop what God is about to do in Nigeria, the person will be crushed. I know that. I believe that. So you Western world, you better prepare yourself because this battle is totally different from the battle you've been fighting all along. This is a spiritual battle and you will see the hand of God because it's God you are actually confronting, because it's God you are actually fighting. And bet me, you will lose. International community, you will lose. So you better get on board now. Divide Nigeria. Let everybody go their way. Let the Biafrans go. Let the Yorubas go. Because they reserve the right to self-determination. When you are in a marriage and it's not working, you have the right to file for divorce. And this is what happened in this case. The Biafrans and the Yorubas have filed for divorce. But you, the Western community, in particular the UK, you want to impose yourself on this region. You decided to make yourself the enemy of this region, which you will regret if you continue the way you're doing. You are not mightier than God. God is greater than you. So you better sit tight, sit right, correct your mistakes, and get on board. And let everybody depart. Let everybody go their way. So we are going to have a break, just 2 minutes break. And we enjoy our break with this music.
Another Savior, holy, 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 another Savior, holy, 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 well, this movie, this is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPA families all over the world. I remember was a Nigerian Biafran war. In the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight. And they were singing a holy, 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 is our Savior. They were singing a holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Iyomadika, Yabika Papa Nano. Hey, Anamakele Matuche Mefa. It's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing, holy, 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 Nandekama is another Savior. Holy, 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 Nandekama is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 Nandekama is another Savior. Odua Foundation, Odua Nini, Àdúrà ọmọ Ọlọ́run jẹ́jẹ́, ọlọ́ba jí wá sùn. Bàbá sọ kò sọjà, ó máa bára lé, ó máa bára lé. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lájò gẹ́gẹ́ tí wálé. Àjò máa kí n ṣe dé. Some dey hustle, some dey borrow. Sí àjíbò lè dé. Yeah, some dey hustle, some dey yalla, but money no dey, money no dey. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, ẹyẹ máa kà wá, ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. A ti gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kà wá. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, ẹyẹ máa kà wá, ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. A ti gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kà wá. We need the freedom, freedom. 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 Oh, nah. Person wey go school still dey find one. Àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ wọn máa rí wọn. Yẹ ohun tá a fẹ́ là béèrè. Káwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ kan lè máa jèrè. Káwọn tó tómi lọ́tọ́mọdé là ń pè. No, àjòlè dàbí ilé wa nation. Ẹ jẹ́ ká dìbò. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. Ẹyẹ máa kà wá. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. A ti gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kà wá. Ẹyẹ máa kàn wá, 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 ẹyẹ máa ti gbọ́ ẹyẹ máa kàn wá. We need the freedom, freedom. 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 Oh, nah. Ọmọ bọ́dà pé ẹmọ ìgboro ṣá, ẹnì kan lọ bá gbọdọ̀ ṣá, iná tó pè ló ṣá, ó lọ.
Yeah, thank you all. So we're back from break. We'll carry on from where we stopped, actually. So you can see I've been able to prove my point tell you how things is going to be in the next few weeks and next months to come in Nigeria. So the case of Afghanistan, they pulled out. In the case of Nigeria, they will not pull out because of your mineral resources. So we better prepare ourselves for the worst. We prepare ourselves for the worst, but God is actually greater than them. God is greater than anybody. It is God who created us. If God decide to keep, He will keep. If God choose to destroy, He will destroy. For the enemies of the South, for the enemies of the Yorubas, for the enemies of the Biafrans, be it from Nigeria or from outside Nigeria, this is my prayer for you. It's not too late for you to back off. But if you choose not to, and this is my prayer for you, and you will be destroyed because God is about to stretch his hands on Nigeria. God is about to walk past Nigeria and is going to be in a very brutal way with brutal force. That's the warning to you. It's a warning. Regardless of who you are, regardless of your position, God is about to walk past Nigeria. And you have to be careful, very careful. So I'm going to play another clip just for everybody to see what will befall Nigeria. Okay, what will befall Nigeria in the few months ahead, and in a few weeks and months ahead, because the case of Afghanistan and the case of Nigeria is actually similar. We have the case of repentant Boko Haram. Being recruited, they are now in the army. They are the one now actually ruling the army. They are the one actually in the army. They are the boss of the army. Same thing happened with that of Afghanistan. We've got uh, a repeated Taliban being recruited to join Afghan army and Afghan police. And as a result, they found themselves where they are today. And we can see what happened. So there are some clips I have with me here that I can't actually show. I'm not allowed to show because if I do it on Facebook, I will be blocked. They're very, very horrible clip, and which are not too really good. So as a result, I don't want my account to be blocked. I don't want to be suspended from the Facebook so because of that, I will not be showing those clips. I will only show. I have to comply with the Facebook standard. As a result, it's not all clip that I have with me that I'll be able to show. I would have loved to show those clips, but unfortunately, uh, I will not be able to show those clips because I have to comply with the rules. Um, so that's why I'll not be showing those clips. So you can see what is about to befall Nigeria, what will befall Nigeria, and we pray. My prayer is Nigerian disintegrates on time before these things actually befall Nigeria. And another thing I would like to add is that in the case of Nigeria, we don't want war. Biafrans don't want war. The Yorubas don't want war. But the people you are actually dealing with, they really want war. And that's the Fulani. We all know that. They are never at peace, not until they killed, not until they see blood flowing in their hands. So my advice to you Southerners is prepare yourself for the worst. You don't want war, but you are going to find yourself yourself, you will find yourself in a very, very difficult situation, because the people you are dealing with actually want to war. As you can see, I played a video with you to show that they are actually planning a war, a civil war for next year. So we better stay tuned and see what is about to be for Nigeria. And I hope by the time these things happen, we will not be found wanting. I hope we will not be affected, and I hope our family members and friends and loved ones will not be affected. I would have loved that these things wouldn't happen, but these things are actually just beyond us. So you see the Afghan people trying to escape Taliban rule, and you can see the situation they found themselves in. It's still trying to browse itself, and I pray that as a Nigerian and as a Yoruba person, that we from South, we don't find ourselves in this situation. And the only thing we can do, when you are prepared for anything, you will not be caught on her when you'll be caught on her way. So my prayer to you all, as sisters, is please prepare yourself for this. The worst is about to be, and I pray it will not befall our family. It will not befall us. It's still trying to it's still trying to browse itself. Why are you trying to browse itself? I'll keep talking, and I'll keep explaining here for next year. What is about to befall Nigeria? Next year is serious. What will happen next year is going to be serious. There are several secret meetings ongoing. It's not everything we can actually come out and disclose. Whatever information I have, I think I can share. Go ahead and share it. And whatever I think they are just sensitive to share, I will not share it. But I heard you how to prepare yourself. I just played a clip for you to show that they are actually planning a civil war for 2022. I just played that clip now. From Afghanistan for their life. It's so sad. What I'm just warning. I know several people have come to actually analyze this. They've actually showed this, but I'm actually going to analyze it in a different context. So we can see Afghans running. You can see their life running for safety. Can we see? So sad. Sad what happened in Afghanistan. But I'm actually going to. I just wait for the video, right? So I am now going to analyze this in a different way. So I'm going to put our leaders, Nigerian leaders, religious leaders. I'm going to put those people in that context because you are the one that it is this set of people that actually messed up before them. Because by the time the people actually, roll on and just get on the streets, by the time this revolution starts, this is what will happen. And the US, South, and in the North trying to escape. You will see these corrupt politicians, from our region, they will want to escape, and this is the same fate that will befall them. They will want to escape from the people of Nigeria, but the Nigerian people will not let them escape. So I'm going to analyze this in a different context. I know people have come out. I know many agitators have come out. I see them analyze this, that this is what will befall Nigeria. I know this is what will befall Nigeria, but I'm also trying to analyze it in a different context. You see, our leaders, this should be a warning to you, because by the time this situation actually befall Nigeria, the people of Nigeria will not let you escape. You put yourself in that position that a plane is on the tarmac and you corrupt leaders, corrupt politicians, corrupt traditional rulers, you want to escape. And the people of Nigeria, in particular the South, will not let you escape. So this should be a warning to you. Whatever we do, be it good or bad, there is always a payback. Anything we do, what goes around comes around. So anything you do, trust me, if you are good, a good will come in return. If you are corrupt, trust me, there will be punishment for it. For all your atrocity, the way you treated Nigerians, you neglected Nigerians, you violated Nigerians' rights, there will be consequence for everything you have done so far. Killing and killing and killing. God said he had enough of all this killing. The killing of innocent people, the killing of innocent souls. There will be consequence for it. You will be made to account for your atrocity. You will not get away with it. So you just put yourself in that context. That when the people's power is activated, when this revolution starts in Nigeria, and that is how it's going to end. You will see leaders from all regions, from the South, from the Southwest, from the Southeast, from the North, from the Middle Belt, trying to escape. And the people, Nigerians, you maltreated will not let you escape. That is what will befall you. That is what will befall you. What happened in Afghanistan this week? Same fate will befall you corrupt politicians. Same fate will befall you wicked government, you wicked politicians, you wicked leaders, you wicked traditional rulers, you wicked religious leaders, you wicked politicians. Same fate will befall you. So you better think twice when you do your things. Think twice when you do your stuff. Conduct yourself. Do not violate people's rights. People voted you in, they put you in power. So that means you are the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And that's what we call democracy. So when you are put in power, you're not put in power to violate people's rights. So you have to respect the people that actually put you in power. You do what you're expected to do. Even though you cannot meet them 100%, at least you can do 60-70%, meet them the halfway. Build that trust with your constituents, but you do the opposite. You go to the parliament, you are paid wardrobe allowance, you are paid this, you are paid that, you are paid your salary, you embezzle everything, while you have people dying, people suffering, joblessness, everything. Terrorism, everything is flourishing. Banditry, everything is flourishing in the country. Tell me, who is the investor? Who wants to invest in such an environment? Which foreign investor will want to invest in such an environment? Nobody will want to invest in such an environment. You bastardize the education of the country. Anywhere we go to, the education, Nigerian education, anywhere you take Nigerian certificate to, is not recognized. It's no longer recognized, unlike before. It's not recognized. Nobody respects Nigeria. Nobody respects Nigerian people. Nobody respects Nigerian government. So Nigeria is in a shambles. So you better think twice, because the same fate, the way you've treated Nigerians are coming back to treat you the same way. You will not escape. So this should be a lesson to you. The video clip I just played now is a lesson to you. That is how I want to analyze mine, and I've analyzed it the same way. Because it will be you that you running after that plane. You will want to escape out of the country, and Nigerians will not let you escape. You will be made to account for your atrocities. So that is it. I'll go on to, I have a few things to analyze as well. You know, I've explained everything regarding our mineral resources. I've explained everything about how the international community is involved, how they are complicit in everything they do, how they don't want Nigeria to disintegrate. Okay, so now I'm just going to add this to it. This is a warning to Lai Mohammed. So I'm just going to open this. It will be a warning to Mr. Lai. It's called Lai Mohammed. Lai Mohammed is actively involved in everything going on in Nigeria. He is corrupt. We just heard that the harbor of we just heard that the harbor of he just got a gift from the government, a gift of our private jets. I can confirm this to you categorically that Lai Mohammed is actually very, very involved in this. How the king of Offa got this private jet. He's a minister of communication. He has always lied. Everything he does is lie, lies. So that's why people just nickname him Liar Mohammed, because he's a liar. You will never hear the truth from him. He has always been a liar. So Lai Mohammed, what I'm trying to emphasize is Lai Mohammed is actually very actively involved on about how the king of Offa, Oba Offa, how he got his private jets. The private jet he just bought of recent is actually involved. He made that happen. That's the information I have with me. That Lai Mohammed made that happen, and as a matter of fact, we have our people that are still in the hands of the DSS. 12 of our people who are dictators that are in the hands of the DSS. Also, Lai Mohammed actually encouraged Oba Offa, the king of Offa, to keep writing petition against our people, against these 12 people in the hands of the DSS. And as a result, these people still find themselves in a very difficult position. They find in all those bail condition. The Lai Mohammed is behind everything. According to the information I have at hand, Lai Mohammed is the king of Offa, Oba Offa. Lai Mohammed, I'm going to say this in Yoruba again. Oba Offa, Lai Mohammed ló sọ fún Oba Offa kó competition against the àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà lọ́wọ́ DSS, àwọn èèyàn wa 12 tó wà lọ́wọ́ DSS. Despite tó ṣe pé àti meet bail condition, DSS ò fi wọ́n sílẹ̀. Lai Mohammed òun ló wà behind it, because òun ló sọ fún Oba Offa kó máa bá òun competition. Oba Offa náà a gbọ́ kó ṣe ra jet. Lai Mohammed, according to information tó wà lọ́wọ́ tèmi, Lai Mohammed is instrumental. It was through Lai Mohammed It was Lai Mohammed that actually helped Obalfa, helped him get that, because he actually complied. He did everything they wanted him to do. The king did everything they wanted him to do. Therefore, they had to gift him that private jet. So that private jet was a payback for helping them. And this was made possible through Lai Mohammed. So you can see Lai Mohammed here. It says Nigerian is not and can never be a failed state. Can this be true? Nigeria, as we know, the current army we have, they are all repented Boko Haram. Same thing happened in Afghanistan. They recruited repented Taliban to join their army and the police. And we all saw what happened this week. By the time the US pulled out, they swept in, Taliban swept in, no resistance from the army. You know, they had no resistance from the army, they had no resistance from the police. Do you know why? Do you know why they had no resistance from the police and the army? Because the police and army themselves are repented Taliban. They are repented Taliban, so it was easy for them to sweep the country, and they took over the country in a matter of hours. Same thing will happen to Nigeria. Nigeria claimed to have 400,000 army. Most of these people, they are repented Boko Haram. So by the time they take over the country, Boko will not be resisted. By the time ISIS, ISWAP, Boko Haram decide to take over the country, they will not be resisted by Nigerian army. Do you know why? Because most of the people in the army, they are repented Boko Haram. So it will be easy for Boko Haram to take over the country. They're sweeping into the country. Just exactly what happened in Afghanistan will happen in Nigeria. So I will pray that will not be ours. You can see it said Nigeria is not a failed state. Can this be true? I don't believe this. So I'm just going to read this. I'll just read a few paragraphs of it. So, Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, says Nigeria cannot be described as a failed state, insisting that the country is only witnessing insecurity in some parts. Can this be true? No. The ministers who argued that the country is winning the war against insecurity noted that insurgents are surrendering to the increased onslaught from security agents. I lived in Nigeria. I work in Nigeria. I traveled around Nigeria. I can tell you, Nigerian is not a state. It told BBC Focus on Africa. And I actually denounce this. I dispute this, because Nigeria is already a failed state. And the fact that Boko Haram are actually repenting does not mean it's not a failed state, because these people repenting, this Boko Haram repenting, they are actually integrated into the army, they are integrated into the place. So by the time they decide to take over Nigeria, they will sweep into Nigeria. It will be easy for them, because they will not be resisted, because they have their brothers and their sisters in the army, because they are repented Boko Haram they are repented Boko Haram in the army and in the police. So Nigeria is already a failed state. A failed state, our unemployment is very high. There's high rates of poverty. Our educational system is bastardized. You have no investment. When you talk about electricity, there is no electricity. No foreign investors will want to invest in a country that there's no electricity, there's no safety, there is no security. Okay? This is a country actually invested with terrorism. So for their safety, nobody will want to invest in Nigeria. So Nigeria as a country has not met that criteria for a foreign country to come in and invest. So there's high rates of poverty, there is banditry. So we have all sorts going on in the country. So the country is in a state of chaos. So as a result of that, a country that has such huge problem, a country that found itself in such a huge problem, we cannot claim to say it's not a failed state. Nigeria is already a failed state where people are killed daily, where people are killed every minute, every second. And we cannot say it's not a failed state. So what Lai Mohammed did here is come out again, as we all know him to be a liar, and he has always lied. He's never said the truth. You'll never see him say the truth. Uh, you will see him come out and claim Nigeria is not a failed state. But people already had enough. People, nobody wants to hear that anymore. And people, we all know Nigeria is a failed state. At the same time, I'm also going to play a clip as well. I just want to show how complicit the international community is, and I'm going to end it here today. You see, when the international community left, when they left Afghanistan this week, the U.S. could have done few things. The U.S. could have done some things to, to just ease the burden. So what the U.S. did here was they left some of their weapons. I don't know why they did that, to be honest. They left some of their weapon, and I think Taliban got hold of this weapon, and that's what Taliban, and they got hold of it. So I'm going to play that now. I'm going to play the clip. It's a video clip. It's a short video clip. I'll play for you. So bear me a moment. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen and reshare again so I can play the clip for you. Nigeria is in a big mess. Nigeria is in a big mess. And the question is, who can save Nigeria at this stage? I doubt if anybody can save Nigeria at this stage. I doubt if anybody can save Nigeria at this stage. So just bear me a moment. I'm trying to bring this up, and then I'll play it. So Nigerians, we better prepare ourselves. The worst is about to befall us. But when you're prepared, the better is it for everybody. So I'm going to play this. There's a clip I want to play. It's a video clip. I'm trying to bring that up and show you what American did. They actually left some of their weapon in Afghanistan. Instead of taking their weapon with them, they left it in Afghanistan. For who is that? We are yet to find out. So I'm going to play this, and that's it. So bear me a moment, still browsing itself. So that's it. What the US did here, the US, should the US choose to, just look at this, look at the weapons. This is interesting. Why did the US do this? If the US decide to take all this with them, pack all these things with them, as you can see, they are all loaded in pallet. They are loaded in a carton. The US would have taken it with them, but they chose to leave it. Why did the US do this? Why did the US leave this? What is the motive behind it? What is the reason behind it? So we can see the Taliban got hold of it. Can you see all this? You can see how complicit the Western country are. You can see how complicit the international community are. Can you see this? Can you see all this? So that is let's do this. Why did the US decide not to tackle these things? What is the motive behind these things? What is the reason behind it? There must be a reason. So you can see how complicit the international community are. You can see how complicit the Western countries are. The US could have taken all those things, packed all those things with them when they decided to back out of Afghanistan, or just abandon Afghanistan. Should they choose to have taken these things with them, these weapons with them, they would, but they chose not to. They left it. There must be a reason behind it, and now it's in the hands of the Taliban. And you've seen there's some videos I can't really show here because I'm not allowed to show it. If I show it, if I play those video clips for you, my my account, my Facebook account will be blocked. So because of that, I will not be able to play those clips for you. But I know most of you would have seen those clips on social media. We've seen how Taliban has been maltreating people. We've seen how they have been killing people. We've seen how they have been forcing people to abandon their religion. So we hope this will not be a caution, but it's in our interest to be prepared as a Nigerian. It's in our interest to be prepared for this. So I heard the South, Southeast, Southwest, Middle Belt, those agitating to prepare themselves, but because the calamity that is about to befall Nigeria, when you're prepared, you will not be caught unaware. It's when you are not prepared, that's when you'll be caught unaware. So I urge you all, as Nigerians, a lover of freedom, to please prepare yourself for what is about to before Nigeria. And my prayer is, I hope by the time these things happen, because we can't run from the facts and say these things will not happen, that by the time these things happen, we will not be found wanting, that none of our loved ones, our family, friends, will not be found wanting. Um, these things we just, we pray. Our prayer that you just pass through, and just goes through Nigeria. There will not be too much of damage. There will not be too much of destruction. That's our prayer, but we can't really predict what will happen tomorrow. We can't predict what will befall Nigeria tomorrow. So that's our prayer. So I urge you all, my brothers and sisters, my Biafran brothers and sisters, my Yoruba brothers and sisters, prepare yourself for what is about to befall Nigerians. You can't run from it. I know you don't want war, but you cannot guarantee that there will not be war. And the way the federal government has conducted itself so far, the way the international community have conducted so far, the way some Western countries have conducted themselves so far, we can see they are complicit. We can see they are actually part of the problem. We can see that the government is actually, the federal government of Nigeria is actually sponsoring terrorism. So due to all these things, there are glaring signs that the worst is yet to come. What will befall Nigeria is about to, and we better prepare ourselves. So I've shown you, I'll be able to prove my point to you. I've shown you some clips. I've played you from some videos, and there's some information that I withhold, and I'll continue to do that because they are sensitive. So therefore, I will not actually disclose some things. If there's anything I think I'm in a position to disclose, I will. So, but I urge you all, prepare yourself. Thank you for coming on my show. Thank you. And we are going to end this show by playing this my lovely music. Thank you.
Olúṣọlá Adéyìn Ọláyẹmí orúkọ òkè àti ilẹ̀ òkè àtúnjẹ ọba pàtàkì nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn darandaran tí ó ń dá àwọn èèyàn aláàbò ìlú kan ìlú yìí. Yorùbá sì ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ nítorí àwọn ọba tí kan gbàgbà Yorùbá á sì sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn adarọ̀ náà dá sọ ní ìlú wọn. Ẹni Yorùbá ò lè jọ, ẹ má fún ká lọ́rọ̀ sọ, wọ́n má bá àmọ̀dé abájọ wa, ẹ̀fọn náà fi gbà ṣe lọ́wọ́ wa, òye wa. Níṣẹ́ náà brainwash wa torí tó bá dìgbà kan fẹ́ nu wa, wọ́n ti pàṣẹ sí lọ́wọ́ wa. Yorùbá ẹ ti sàn, àní ẹyẹ sàn, orí ẹ ti máa sùn, wọ́n má padà mú wa ní ogun èṣù torí ogun bọ̀ ẹni kíkà múra ogun bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká múra ṣebí ìjọ láyọ̀ bá nígbà mi lókè ìjọba ẹ̀yin ọba wa ṣe bẹ́yìn náà ni bàbá wa ẹ má lajú yìí sílẹ̀ gájẹ́jì kó bá ilẹ̀ wa kán yé pa àwọn èèyàn wa lójú yìí ẹ jẹ́ kó bá padà sáyé ọba kẹ́sẹ̀ bó lè padà sẹ́nu ọba olóṣèlú gbọ́dọ̀ máa gbà ṣọba ṣèbí ẹ̀ gangan wọn pè ní ìjọba tipẹ́ tí ọba ti fẹnu ṣe ó yẹ kúrò lóko eré lọ́wọ́ yìí ẹ dúró déédéé kí pẹ́nàtì má padà lé onílé yorùbá ẹ ti sùn àní ẹyẹ sùn ó yẹ kí mọ́ wọ́n má padà mú wa ní ogun èṣù lórí ogun bọ̀ ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ ká múra ogun bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká múra gbogbo Yorùbá ìjà yìí ti ṣe yàtọ̀ ní gbogbo ṣàyìnbọn ìjà gbogbo Yorùbá ó yẹ dìde ẹ̀yà lágbára àsìkò ti tó ọ̀kìtọ̀ pápọ́jú kò jọ ohun tó máa mọ̀ ẹja lọ́la kan tí ó yọ ẹja gómìnà kaná ìbọn ṣàjẹbọ rírú ẹjẹ kójú àkàtọ lójújú kò sẹ́ni bọ́dà tó lè rí inú Yorùbá ló dalẹ̀ jù ẹ má fi bínú. Ẹ̀rù yìí ló ra ẹ̀yìn Yorùbá gbogbo Yorùbá ẹ̀rù yìí ló ra nínú ọkùnrin lẹ́gbọ̀n sí ẹ̀rù yìí ló ra lóbi tó ṣe máa jẹ ọ̀tá ní ẹ̀rù yìí ló ra ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀rù ìlúra ìlẹ̀dàlẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ìdí àgbọn ẹ̀rù ìlúra ìjọwọ́ wa ní Yorùbá máa tán ẹ̀rù ìlúra Yorùbá gbọ́n àtẹnujẹ ló ń jà wọ́n ẹ̀rù ìlúra ìkàkùn olóko ẹ̀rù ní ẹ̀rù ìlúra ọmọ aláṣọ wa wà bìtà ó tún bẹ̀ ní ẹ̀rù ìlúra ọmọ ẹ̀rọ wa ń tẹ̀kùn ó tún tuntun ẹ̀rù ìlúra Yorùbá ti fẹnu ṣe ó yẹ kúrò lóko eré lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ dédé kí tẹ́lẹ̀tì má padà ní onílé. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ Sunday Igboho nìkan ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa ní àsìkò àti olóṣèlú olóṣèlú wà wọ́n lọ ní ìgbẹ̀yìn àgbàgbà ọba lọ́nà dákẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́sẹ̀ aláàbò àwùjalè aláàbò ṣọ̀wọ́n gbọ́wọ́sọ alára àjẹ ọ̀rọ̀ àtàrí ìgbàlá sọ̀rọ̀ àgbàdàdẹ bàbàdàdẹ àwàdàdẹ ọjọ́ bá ti dé. Ọ̀yá sọ̀rọ̀ sókè ẹ̀yìn ọba Yorùbá àgbà ọmọ tó ti ga orí láti bàbá mẹ́lọ́ọ̀dù. Tell Peter,